voice, I just feel like I have one voice. Then I did this on Instagram already, but it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. So going from head voice to chest voice back and forth, when I feel like, oh, that's kind of easy, then I know I'm good. But if I feel like, Lord, tell you all about, when I feel like it's then I know I got more Z's to do, more work to do. This video is about my personal warm-up routine. I get a lot of DMs and emails, etc., asking me, what do you do, Eric? Like, how do you warm up your voice? How do you take care of your voice? So before we start, I want to be clear that these are a few of my favorite things, but they may not necessarily be your favorite things. A daily warm-up routine should be very bespoke, very customized to your individual needs as a singer. So what I do is not necessarily what you need to do, but I'm sharing this with you as an artist, one artist to another, just sharing with you my experience, and hopefully if there are any gold nuggets to be extracted from it, then so be it. Hopefully you find it enlightening and educational and maybe give you a few new ideas. But with that being said, let's begin. So when I warm up, and again, this is specific to me, everybody's different, even my students are different, but I like to approach it in 3 tiers. I always start off with my inhale first, because the inhale helps me to restore space to my body. If I'm stressed, if I haven't gotten a lot of sleep, I do a lot of traveling, if I've been on an airplane, my body can feel really tight, which translates to tightness in my throat, and I have a heavy voice by nature. I don't need any more on my throat. So what I do is an exercise called the sniff. It's a traditional classical exercise. And what you do, and feel free to do it along with me as I describe it, it's in 3 parts. The first part is you sniff quickly and audibly. Can you see that? My ribs just naturally open up. And remember, in the beginning, we might learn like belly breathing and low breathing, but as we get more advanced, we want the expression of the breath to mainly be manifested at the rib cage, where your actual diaphragm and lungs reside. So as I'm sniffing, I'm not trying to make it go into any particular place. I'm just keeping my shoulders and throat relaxed. And my ribs should naturally respond. There is no magic number of sniffs, because people ask me, like, should it be 5 sniffs, 3 sniffs? It's more like, the way I think of it is like this, is if, let's say you're in your bedroom or something, and you go, did someone leave the oven on? Is something burning? Is there gas? Do you smell gas? You know how the people do that inquisitive sniff? Like, do you smell that? Is that smoke? You know, it's that kind of sniff. And it really tends to open up the rib cage, and not just the sides, but the back of your rib cage, which helps so much with controlling pressure. This is important for me because if I'm doing a song like, so baby, hold me closer in the backseat of your, you know, something like that, that's kind of poppy. I mess up all the words, I know. But if I'm doing something like that, because my voice is naturally so low, if I don't feel really grounded in my body, it's easy for me to do, baby, pull me closer in the, I can go to that place really easily. I lived in that place for many years. But if I sniff, I can feel this sense of pressure and healthy tension, because we need tension to sing healthily, we need tension to sing powerfully, we need tension to sing beautifully. This brings me to the second step. Once you're full at the peak of inhalation, just hold it and feel how your ribs, particularly the sides and back of your ribs, can really hold the pressure. Because when we're holding our breath, we can kind of concentrate the energy of that at the glottis. We can kind of, almost like you're having a breath holding contest at the swimming pool with your cousins or something like, we can do that, or we can feel the breath being held. You can even hear the difference in my voice. I can really feel that. You feel the breath being held by the body, which allows passivity of the vocal tract. I feel very open, very released, like I could read I can read for an audiobook, for a recording of an audiobook. But anyway, it lets you stay open. So once you do that, there's one more part. Sniff, 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 hold, hold, hold. No particular amount of time. You're just feeling your body. So hold, and then now traditionally there's a nasal exhale, but I prefer to do it with a hiss. Again, this is just my personal warm-up. So if you're familiar with like Luisa Tetrazzini or somebody like that, like the famous operatic soprano, you might know she advocated a nasal exhale, but I like to do a hiss. It just lets me feel more of my body. So I sniff, sniff, sniff. I hold, 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 and then I hiss, hiss, hiss. And as I'm hissing, you'll notice I don't go, no, why? Because it naturally activates this. I feel my abs work reflexively. But it's just such a good body wake up. Sniff, sniff, sniff to open up, hold to feel your body holding the pressure. And then when you exhale, I'm always talking about it, feel that solar plexus awaken. It helps to really energize and empower the voice, and it helps to maintain stability of the breath. So I do this about, to be honest, when I'm warming up, I do not count. I know I might do it 3 times, I might do it 10 times. How do I know I'm ready to sing or ready to move on to the next part? Is this, if I let myself go. So if I let a breath come into my body and I feel like the sides and back of my ribs just swing open, then I know I'm good. But if I get this, then I know my back muscles are tight. Or if I get a big belly breath, then I know I'm tight. Again, when we first start teaching, we tend to emphasize, in the A approach method, we tend to emphasize belly, sides, back, just to get you anchored lower in your body. But as we get more advanced, we want to make you aware of breathing length into the body and having more expression of openness at the ribs. So that should mean that the chest does lift and broaden. The chest is not evil. The side ribs open up, the back ribs open up, and you feel a little pulled in gently. It's not contrived. I'm not like trying to, like I'm doing a photo shoot or something, but there's a gentle lift in the abdomen, or maybe a firm lift depending on how hard you're breathing. So, but when I can feel that, then I know I'm good. But if I get a big belly breath or a big chest breath, then I know I'm tight. And so I'm warming up my inhale, basically. So I want to get to the point where I feel like with very little effort, breath can enter my body very freely and easily. And if I feel that, for me, it gives me a sense of confidence in my voice to feel very grounded and rooted in my body in that way. So after I've gotten my inhale together, I then like to awaken my support reflexes, as we call them in the A approach method. So support reflexes refer to the natural responses from your body when you compress air, when you use your voice, so that these muscles don't have to take over. I love to use a Z. Again, this is just one of many. I'm giving you like my top 3, kind of like right now. I do a lot of things, but a Z works so well because zzz, zzz, can you see this? Zzz, zzz, zzz. We call this paradoxical openness. I'm exhaling, but zzz, zzz, my rib cage is actually opening up. This kind of harkens back to the Italian concept of inhalare la voce, to inhale the voice. It's not literally like, it's not that, but it's this idea of having your body respond, as if you're inhaling, even though you are in fact exhaling. And so what it does is it stabilizes your breath and lets your diaphragm have room to move like it needs to, these microscopic movements that help to support the voice, but it stabilizes the breath. Because if we don't have the body working, we get that kind of thing. So anyway, I do a Z. Notice I have this keyboard here, I haven't touched it yet. When I warm up, I don't use scales. I don't. So I just go by how my body feels and trying to awaken reactions in my body. And I do teach this to my students. I feel like if you chase pitches, that can go wrong really fast. But what I do is I do a Z or a Z, depending on what part of the world you're in, and I'll zzz, zzz, zzz. And once I feel like my body's connecting, as opposed to zzz, zzz, then I'll start trying to zzz. I just start trying to connect from head voice down into chest voice. I want that one voice feeling. If I get I'm not there. So I want to feel like I can like it's all one thing. And the Z helps me to get pressure in it, but not from here. How long do I use it for? Because I can hear you asking, like, how many times, how long? When I get the one voice feeling, I'm good. I don't time my warm-ups. Beware the magic formula. So don't get too caught up in this many repetitions, or if I can belt mix the high E, or try to focus on the process and connecting to your body first. And there are cues that let you know when you're warmed up. Like I said, one of my cues is when my ribs move freely out and back, when I get that cobra's hood or those wings kind of feeling. And the other cue for me is when my registers feel very evenly blended with very little effort. So when I feel like, oh, my voice, I just feel like I have one voice, then I did this on Instagram already, but it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. So going from head voice to chest voice back and forth, when I feel like, oh, that's kind of easy, then I know I'm good. But if I feel like, Lord, tell you all about, when I feel like it's then I know I got more Z's to do, more work to do. So Z it out, try it. So the last part of my warm-up, and I kind of do this intermittently throughout the day, is vocal fry. Now, before you start typing me a lengthy message, I can feel it, but vocal fry is bad. Let me explain something to you. There's vocal fry that is a chronic, harmful speaking pathology, like, oh my God, I literally died, came back, bought an Air Approach t-shirt, got married. Like, you know, that's what a lot of people think of with vocal fry. That kind of vocal fry is wrought with tension. It can overwork the constrictor muscles. It can cause a lot of problems, especially if you don't have any control over it. That is not what I'm advocating. What I'm advocating is a very mindful use of vocal fry, proven to strengthen the vocal folds, and believe it or not, to diminish compensatory behaviors. In other words, to reduce strain. So there's a different kind of way I do vocal fry. Nuance is a thing, okay? So what I'm advocating is this. My throat is soft and my body is responding. Why do I love vocal fry so much? By the nature of the sound, you are forced to release breath slowly. You are forced to tap into your natural support mechanisms. It also helps you to find the core of your tone really quickly. It affects muscle memory, posture memory of the fold so quickly. And it helps you to feel compression. Now, the key is to not squeeze your throat. So if you can keep your shoulders and your throat relaxed, and you can feel your body responding. The abdomen draws inward. You might feel healthy pressure sensations in the solar plexus in the back. It's very good. It brings so much clarity and lightness and focus to the voice. Now, for me, this is just for me, I don't pull fry as high as I can go. I know there are teachers who advocate this. I understand. For my voice, I use vocal fry to drop the excess heaviness of my voice. So since vocal fry is technically a function of chest voice, as I move up, it gets clear and I let it. I don't fight to hold on to fry. So I let it be kind of rippling along the inner edges of my chords. So it's not, it's not that. And if you can't find it, then don't do it. And if you have any reservations about the technique, just don't do it. But I've been doing it and teaching it for years to great success. My vocal cords are quite healthy, thank you. And I found that it works really well to keep people consistent. My Broadway clients especially love it because it lets you keep power but get more piercing quality to the voice so that you can belt without feeling weighed down. So this healthier kind of vocal fry involves letting go of the throat, and some of the cues, the physical cues that we're doing correctly will be a felt sensation. You may not see it, but in my body, I'm very strong here, so you can see it moving. But the epigastrium should firm and protrude forward. It might be more felt than seen, depending on your current strength level, and that's okay. And your body type, that's totally fine. And also your back, which is kind of evidenced by my side ribs opening up, because the lats, when the lats activate, they open us up sideways as well. Again, you may feel that more and see that less than you do in me, but I kind of want you to feel the way I look when I do that if you try it. So, my Broadway students tend to like this because it helps to really get that piercing, I think God's right, defying gravity. You know, that kind of I know it's like really extreme and kind of harsh, sorry for your ears, but it gets that kind of you know. And the wizard in. I think about that. It helps you to find that kind of quality to it, that really piercing focus. Yeah, and so even when I have opera singers, sometimes I'll have a female, a soprano singer who will like, and it's really breathy despite her efforts to support. And we'll do some fry. I don't remember any of the words. I'm trying to think of a part of Adoro Pupile. But the point is, it helps you to get focus in the chords. I feel like it helps you to get to the seed center of your tone. So that silver thread of the voice. How long do I practice this? I kind of work on it intermittently throughout the day. Like I don't really, it's kind of like the background noise of my life. You'll probably catch me frying if I'm stuck in traffic, if I'm sitting on an airplane, if I'm waiting on a plane. I just do it until I feel like I have that crisp center to my voice. When I feel like I can access that crisp focus, that piercing quality to my voice, then I know I'm there, however long that takes. Because again, my voice, if I'm not in good voice, if I'm not in good vocal shape, I'll have a lot of airiness, I'll have a lot of huskiness. But if I'm really making good use of fry, it'll really put me in touch with that focus. And my throat muscles will feel like they turn off as opposed to activate. So this is not the harmful speaking pathology vocal fry. It's literally something different than this. So I don't want you to use that. I want you to let this go and feel your body. So those are my three of my favorite daily vocal warm-ups to do to keep my voice strong and healthy and supple and pliant. You do not have to do these. I'm simply sharing. And if any of these don't work for you, then so be it. But if you go to my site, aapproach.com, AAPPROACH.com, then you can find out how to work with me one-on-one through Skype, FaceTime, or in person from anywhere in the world. Well, not so much the in-person part, you'd have to actually come here, but you can work with me from anywhere in the world through Skype or FaceTime. That's on my site. You can also buy one of my video courses, like Breathing Bootcamp for Singers, where I talk about everything here, plus so much more. I go into far greater detail in how to harness the breath inside of you to really tap into the full powers that you possess vocally. That was really dramatic, huh? But you'd be surprised what you can do if you start to learn to feel and strengthen muscles that you may not even know you have. So that's it for now. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and whatever else is up on the screen somewhere, and I will see you there. Talk to me, interact, and until next time, peace.